Okay, the next morning of the training was Wednesday morning, and this is when things started to get even worse. So I was up early having my breakfast in the breakfast room at my hotel, and I was hoping to be able to fit in some extra study before the training began that morning. So I go back from the breakfast room to my hotel room at about 7:50 a.m. in the morning, and as soon as I get back to my room, I get a call from someone down in the lobby telling me that there is someone down in the lobby to see me. So I was really puzzled by this because the training didn't start till like 9:30, and so I didn't need to be down in the lobby and picked up by one of those call vans until like 8:40. So like at 10 to 8, I was really puzzled why there was someone down there waiting for me. So um, I thought that it must have been a mistake of some sort. So I was going to go down and check. So, I did not assume that there'd be someone down there to pick me up. So anyway, I take the elevator down to the lobby, and then there's a middle-aged Korean man, who quickly, sort of like abducts me and puts me into one of these coal vans. And, there I am, they're sitting in the back of one of these coal vans with two other foreigners from, that were also doing the training, the Chung Dahm training. So the Korean guy gets into the van and starts driving off. So like I have no idea what is going on here. Um, so I sort of have a really puzzled look on my face, and then I ask the guy sitting next to me, like, where are we going? What the hell is going on? And and then he says, oh, we have to go back to the medical center because there was some abnormal result with our medical exam that we took last week. So we have to go back and have a retake um, to make sure that we have, that there's nothing wrong with it. So anyway, I had absolutely no idea of any of this. So I had my backpack, and I think I had one or two sheets from Changdam. I didn't have my folder with me. So um, anyway, I find out from this guy who's sitting next to me that um, the incredibly stupid recruiter, Jennifer, had sent three of us an email the night before, well, no, the afternoon before, um, telling us that there was some problem with our medical results, and that we had to go back, that we would be taken to the medical center early Wednesday morning for a retake, and that we would be taken directly to the training center after we'd been to the medical center. So um, Jennifer sent all of this in an email, sort of on Tuesday afternoon, and this got me really angry because she was in the same building as me for the whole day, all of Tuesday, and she could have just, told me in person. That would have taken, 5 seconds to tell me this in person. But she decided to send an email instead, which I didn't check because, one, I was studying for all of this Changdam training Tuesday night, and secondly, I didn't want to pay, a hefty price to check my email in my hotel unnecessarily because they were charging quite a high fee for internet connection. So I wasn't going to check it if I didn't need to, and I thought if there was anything important, they would either call me or they would just tell me in person at the training center. So I'm really annoyed that I didn't find out about this really important piece of information, and that left me unprepared for the Wednesday session of the training at Changdam. So I didn't have any of my stuff. I had 2 or 3 sheets of paper on the Wednesday, and that was it. So that was really annoying. So we go to the medical center, and there was some problem with my blood result. I had a high white blood cell count, which was probably from all the fatigue, having traveled for 27 hours or something, 2 days before I took that first medical. So we all had something wrong with our blood test. Um, no drugs or anything or HIV, but just some minor thing that they needed to have redone. So we all have new blood tests, and then we have to wait around for about 2 hours in the medical center. So we wait around for 2 hours waiting for our results to come back, and then when we get our results, we are taken off to the training center. So by the time I get to the training center, I think I've missed maybe 50 minutes of the morning session, and I don't have any of my stuff. So I explained to the trainer, that I had to have a medical retake, and I wasn't told of this. I didn't find out until this morning, and that's why I don't have my folder. So the guy in the morning session, he was a little bit, frustrated at that, but I think he understood. And um, so anyway, that was the morning. That was what happened in the morning. Then in the afternoon, I'm sort of surprised to find out that the guy that took me for the afternoon session on the Tuesday wasn't going to be taking me for the rest of the week, and that I was going to have a new trainer um, for that afternoon session. Um, and yeah, that sort of surprised me as well. So I have this new trainer in the afternoon, and he was Chinese American, I believe, and for some reason I just really didn't hit it off with him. I sort of felt like I was walking on eggshells the whole time, and we just didn't get along. I don't know why, but it could have been because might have come across as unprepared because I didn't have any of my stuff for my first session with him, which was not my fault. That was my recruiter Jennifer's fault with her bad communication skills. So that sort of concerned me a bit that we really didn't get along, like from the beginning. I don't know, just we didn't hit it off. And in addition to us not really getting along, his teaching style and his philosophy and his ideas were quite different um, from the first trainer. So everything he said about this advanced reading course pretty much contradicted what the first trainer said, and his whole like teaching style and approach was sort of completely different. He was a lot more strict, and yeah. So basically, I felt like I was back to square one with this really advanced um, reading course that I didn't feel comfortable taking in the first place. Because I had learned all of this stuff from the first trainer, and then I get to the second day of training for this course, and I have to start all over again because they've given me a new trainer. So I was concerned that I had to sort of start all over again because his teaching sort of approach was different from the first one, and I was also concerned that we didn't really get along, and that he was the one that was going to be judging my final teaching mock on Friday. So I was sort of fretting, sort of more as the day went by, and as the days went by with this advanced reading course. So Wednesday night, I studied like mad again, trying to relearn all of these 40 pages of content and try and get it taught in the way that this new trainer wants it taught, and um, getting quite stressed in the process. So that was how Wednesday happened, and so I'd suffered quite a few considerable setbacks from my training due to Chung Dahm's bad organization. So I had to do the medical retake and arrive late for my my morning session, and they didn't tell me about it. And secondly, I had this new trainer, so I was getting sort of more concerned as the week went on.